like a boss.
Yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0. So today's video, we're gonna be talking about the number one, the most important thing when it comes to attracting the perfect boyfriend and attracting the perfect relationship, and also how to attract the perfect husband, perfect partner, perfect soulmate, whatever. Right? This is about how to attract them the right way, and especially the ones that are healthy, right? And is this the key to attracting the right relationship is simply planning ahead. It's thinking ahead, right? Because what happens when you don't plan ahead? You get led by your heart, not by your head. You see what I'm saying? You make decisions based on momentary and short-term needs, which in this case, you make a lot of decisions based on your neediness. That's how you get into debt, and that's how you get fat, through momentary satisfaction, right? And so when you get into relationships, simply to relieve a momentary need, a momentary suffering, momentary pain, you will always end up with relationships that have dynamics you never really expected, simply because you never planned it out. You never planned ahead, right? When you plan ahead and envision your ideal relationship, your decision making isn't based on need. You don't improvise, and you decide based on the clear and succinct vision. Your decision making's sharpened instantly when you have a very clear vision as to what you want in a relationship. And let me make sure my things working the right way. But the thing is that when you don't have a clear vision as to what you want in your relationship, you have an uncertain future. You are reactive and locked in the moment. And when things go wrong, rather than feeling calm and relaxed, you panic because you don't know what's gonna happen in your future. You don't know if you're gonna end up alone, or even better, you don't know if you're gonna be happy in the future. For example, when I lived in my mom's house, I don't live here no more. I'm just visiting. Every time when she used to argue with me, I used to get very scared in a way because I didn't know what would happen if she would kick me out, right? And so my future was uncertain because I didn't have a vision, and so I would panic, and I would always be reactive to her because her decision really affected my future. So I was under her control because I just didn't plan ahead. I didn't have a clear plan as to what I was gonna do. You see what I'm saying? You also make poor decisions when selecting your men because you don't have a concrete vision of how you want your relationships to be. The concrete vision becomes your compass for the decision making. So let's say you make a clear vision as to how you want a relationship to be, but not just clear, but very specific as to the dynamics. How you want him to treat me. You also include how you want a guy to treat you. But then let's say you're talking to a guy and you notice that he has a temper. Suddenly, his temper goes against your vision, and you can instantly say, you know what, he's not for me. But if you didn't have that vision as to how you want your relationships to be and the dynamics, you would see that temper and you would be like, yeah, kind of, sure, pain, a vein is popping out of his head, but, maybe he could calm down. And so you compromise because you don't have a very clear vision. Thinking ahead allows you to judge your situation based on how it'll get you closer to your ideal goal. It allows you to judge his character objectively. It gives you vision. You see the red flags and you avoid it. You see, and the biggest reason why a lot of women, they see red flags and they ignore it is because they don't have that standard of, okay, if I see this, I bounce, because they don't have a vision as to how the relationships want to be. The reason why you don't set a goal is because you are afraid. You don't believe that you can actually achieve that goal. All right. And I'm sure how to do it before the video ends. But let's say you say to yourself, Alexis, I have a vision as to what I want. I see myself with the picketed fence, and then see my gun and shit. And I have a vision. No, you don't. You have a wish, right? You just have a wish, a vague plan that's based on societal ideal vision of what is to be happy. It's vague. You see, it's not really specific. When you see that vision, you don't see the dynamics. You don't see who's chasing who. You don't see how happy you feel. You just see a very vague picture of a ideal relationship. You're just focusing on the happy ending. Realize that happy endings rarely happen. Most of the time, when you see a prey being chased, it gets eaten. It barely escapes. So a happy ending, a lot of times, is not really based on reality. You're not really grounded on reality, but rather childhood ambition. So you need to get grounded. You need to get grounded to reality. How many relationships would you have dropped earlier if it wasn't for your lack of planning ahead and keeping your vision in mind? You see, how much time have you wasted because of that? because of you just having a wish of a happy relationship. And because of that deep and insensate wish, you compromise yourself, you compromise your values, and you accept things you wouldn't have accepted. You have a lot of women fall into bad relationships simply because they don't plan and sketch how they want their relationships to be. So they don't know what they want. So they go with the wind, with whatever comes, right? And so what I want you to do is in this video is make a goddamn plan, be very specific, and keep envisioning that ideal vision of how you want your relationship to be, right? So foresee the common pitfalls that most women encounter as they age. I want you to be able to foresee the pitfalls that you're going to encounter in their relationships. For example, the common pitfall of after 3 month period when the guys lose interest, the common pitfall of aging and your body deteriorating with it. How can you do to mitigate the losses? You see, you wanna notice. Okay, you may say, okay, guys lose interest when a woman lets herself go. That's a common pitfall. Plan ahead, motherfucker. You see what I'm talking about? Like, you don't just let life happen to you. You don't think, oh my god, I'm not gaining weight. No, you say, I saw this happening, and I'm gonna do something about it. For example, you see me, I'm doing yoga, and I'm staying in shape because I want to be a 50, 60-year-old who plays basketball. I'm planning ahead, and I can promise you, because I'm planning ahead, I'm gonna be ahead of the groove. Eating healthier, I'm just much better right now, right? And so when you plan ahead about the common pitfalls you're gonna encounter in relationships, and when it comes to aging, when it comes to being alone, you sort of prepare for that. And so when the moment happens, you're more prepared, and it'll look like you have amazing self-esteem, but in reality, you just planned ahead and prepared. You see what I'm saying? You become the ant rather than grasshopper. You plan for the winter. So see what you will encounter and proactively work on them right now. Think ahead, plan ahead, and embrace your inner ant, which means don't be a grasshopper, be an ant and plan ahead, right? This will sharpen your instincts and your vision. You won't be taken over by life anymore. It gives you back more power because now you're controlling it. So how are we gonna do this, right? And after this, I'm gonna give you a little warning. I want you to write down how you want your relationship to be, the dynamics, how much you're earning, who's jealous, like very specific. You see what I'm saying? What do people say about you guys? And just see that vision in your mind, right? And once you see that vision in your mind, make sure that in that vision you're self-sustaining, that you don't need him, that you have high emotion, that you have high self-esteem, high emotion, that you're able to control your emotions, that you're relaxed, and above all, that you're happy without him, and depending on yourself, and high motivated, right? And also make sure that he is also like that. Like be very, very specific, right? And then keep envisioning that. Right? See how you weigh. You gotta see that. See your health. See how you feel. Right? In the inside, on the outside, and not about yourself and not about others. Be very specific. What's gonna happen now is that you're gonna have this calm confidence about you. That if someone dumps you, deep down you have a vision. You see, it's kind of like somebody firing you from a job, and you know you're gonna get another job. What happens when somebody fires you? You're like, okay, cool. What happens when somebody fires you? You don't know if you're gonna get another job. Oh fuck. What's the difference? It's not that you fearless. It's just that you plan ahead. You know where you're going. You see what I'm saying? So by having that vision of how, but the problem is that when you go into relationships, most women, they don't know what they want, and so that's why they accept a lot of bullshit, right? Because they see let's say they're on Valentine's Day and they're alone. What happens? They're in Valentine's Day. They're alone. They see other people with other people, and you say yes to the next person that comes. But if you plan ahead and you know how you want to be, the kind of relationships, how happy you want to be, how wanted you want to be, how you want to, like all that sort of stuff, you sort of don't get desperate when those moments come, right? Now, I got to give you a warning though, right? But before that, once you have that vision, envision it every day, right? Don't make the guy the primary vision. Make you being happy the primary vision. And see that vision very specifically, see it very vivid, see it very detailed, and see it every single day. Do it 10 minutes a day in the morning and night. Right? And so what's going to happen is that your brain is going to naturally make that happen. It's a long, but you could read the book Psycho-Cybernetics. It explains that, right? Now, a warning. Don't become too rigid, right? Plan ahead, but be flexible. Sometimes you may like a guy, he doesn't want a relationship with you, right? It may be wise to try it out. Who knows? but be aware of the consequences. That if the guy that doesn't want a relationship with you, you got to plan ahead and realize that this guy may not want something, right? And so don't try to change his plans through covertly agreeing with him, right? But at the same time, don't be too rigid. Like if you want a husband, sure, fine. But if you see a guy and he doesn't want a relationship with you and you kind of want something, you want to be flexible sometimes, like you want to be some flexible. What I don't want you to be is reactive. That's what I don't want you to be reactive to life. You feel shitty and you find a relationship. I don't want that. I want it to be where Dime. ¿Un qué? Okay. Yo voy ahora. Sorry about that. And that's how it is, right? You want to be proactive about this and not reactive. All right. Anyways, I gotta go get my hot chocolate downstairs, and other things are chocolate or coffee. Oh, goddamn! I think it's oatmeal. Fuck, it's horrible. I hate oatmeal. Anyways, this is Alex from mindfulattraction.org. If you guys want to learn how to attract the right relationship, attract the right guy, and you struggle and you feel like your instincts aren't sharpened enough, I could definitely coach you through that. I have monthly coaching that are specifically geared towards women who don't know what to do in a relationship. Their decision making is jaded. If you just want relationship advice, life advice, accountability, go to mindfulattraction.org and I can help you out. If you guys want to attend my seminar, I have an upcoming seminar, an online seminar and a live seminar. The online seminar is not an online seminar, it's more like an online group session. It's a lot more affordable than my individual sessions. You'll go there too, get coached by me. You can ask me the questions there. I have email coaching, all that sort of stuff. And I have a live seminar in Europe. So go check out that seminar in Europe. It's going to be in December. All right. Take care and have a great day, ladies. Bye-bye.